What's going on today, guys? Today I'm going to be showcasing my Tearlament Horus Fiendsmith deck, and yeah, let's hop right into it. I was just kind of bored of every other deck in the format, so I went ahead and just kind of cut up a list here. Here we go. Starting off with the Tier engine. Got 3 Rhino, 1 Sheeran, 1 Hamness, 1 Merle. I just wanted to max out on Rhino just because, I can't dump any name, and if it gets milled to graveyard, usually you have like a tier spell or trap in your hand that you can pitch to summon them, and then that just ends up being like a +2 plus a body on board. And then each one of the names, just because, they all fusion. Moving on with tier cash. I'm playing 3 of it. I just don't see why you wouldn't play 3. I mean, it mills 3 cards. It's usually a free body. If you mill it mills 2. And, all our deck wants to do is mill, so that's why I'm playing 3 of it. And then I'm playing 3 Mseti. And the 1 Happy. Just, get King Sark, overlay Zombie Vampire. If I need extra body to link climb with like a Light Fiend, or just use these to get into my Fiendsmith package, I can without, wasting my tier resources and whatnot. And they're just big bodies too, so they can always just help out, go for a game and stuff. Alright, moving on to the Nuts package. I'm only playing 2 Engraver, and then 1 Lurie, and then the new Crimson Tears. You could play the 3rd Engraver. It can help you just add the track easier or something, but I feel like 2 is fine, especially since I mill a lot, so I didn't want to like have too many cards. And then if I start off with the engine, the new one can just dump an extra name or engraver to graveyard, so you can always have 3 Light Fiends for sequence to fuse in Desiree. And another thing too is when I was playing, a lot of people would like go like sequence effect to fusion, and then they would like chain a Bastille, but I have like 2 engravers engrave plus other Light Fiends from the link climb, and they were just like cooking themselves on that. So that's just one thing to take note of. And then Lurie just because the track combo. Both the shufflers, just interruptions, along with just 2 Bastilles. I don't know, I just don't feel like the other Bastilles are like bad, and I don't really feel like playing like 2 Jerusalem or anything. And Mag's just broken anyway, so gotta play him. And then I decided to play both shufflers just because like you're just such good interruptions into almost any deck right now, and yeah, why not play them? And like the thing with these is like they're also just fodder for like Mseti Sen, King Sark Sen, the Son of Name, anything like that. So yeah. I main deck the Moltrami Borrelia. It's an aqua water, so if you normal summon it or summon it off a zombie vampire, you can't use it to overlay for Bahamut Shark to go into Toad. And it's also a really high impact hand trap. Like I played against a White Forest deck and I ended up drawing like a bunch of cards because he just kept specially summoning from hand. And yeah, but it is an aqua, so you can use it to make Kaleido Heart, and it's a water for Toad, and it's level 4. So yeah. Moving on. I'm only playing this Nets card because I have a Starlight Rukalos, so I just wanted to play it. But just 2 King of the Swamps. Honestly, I'm playing 44 currently. You can literally just cut these 2 and the Rukalos and the extra. I just wanted to play Rukalos, but if I had the level 4 guy, I probably would have played him over this just for, if I did hit it off a Zombie Vampire or anything, just to help get into the Toad or anything. Or at level 4 play. And I'd probably just cut this, honestly, for a Abyss Dweller, because Abyss Dweller's just broken this format. I'm not playing it in my extra deck at the moment, but going forward, I'd probably definitely put Abyss Dweller in. It just shuts off the Fiendsmith package, shuts off like half the Snake Eye package, and it just kills a bunch of different, decks. Kills the new Asmina stuff as well, and yeah. But yeah, you could just cut the 2 King of the Swamps, and the deck would be 42, and those are already very consistent for me, so yeah. Moving on, broken card. 3 Pro Rhino. This card just got banned from Master Duel, I think, but we still have it at 3. It's just broken. Pops card on the field. Can help you combo if you need to destroy your own card, boost all your tier elements and fusion monsters, and of course it adds when it's activated, so that's always good. 2 Scream. Honestly, I'd probably find a way to cut something and maybe play the third one. But, I mean, I guess it's not as good going second. I mean, it kind of is, though, because it makes them lose attack if you do activate it and or, you know. The main thing is it lets you mill, and I like to mill. But we already have so many ways to mill, whether it's Pilgrim Reaper, Zombie Vampire, mill 2 with cash, you know. So we can mill a good, like, 12 cards, and this can bump up to, like, 15. Or if you want to normal summon Merle, it's another 3. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy. Alright, moving on to the tier trapped. 2 Solic, 1 Meta Noise, and Cherry Karma. That's not really a tier card, but pretty much banish, add any spell or trap that mentions Visa Starfrost, I do believe. And of course, all the tier cards do, even the field spell. So, broken card, you need it. 2 Solic just because it's the best trap, because it lets you add a tier element monster when it's sent to graveyard, as well as it's a permanent negate on a monster on the field in perm effect. And then it lets you send from, I believe, field. And then, of course, if you send like Kaleido Heart or something, then you can special one back, shuffle back, send. And then I decided to play 1 Meta Noise just to add back like a Tearlament Cash tier or anything. But when you also activate it, not only does it have a good effect, a 1-for-1 trade with the Book of Moon, but it lets you send it to your name. So then you can, counterplay on your opponent's turn. Going with the Horse package, I'm playing Walls of the Tomb and Keensark. I didn't really see a reason to play 2 Keensark when I could play Walls and a Keensark instead. I mean, if it gets milled, it gets milled. But if you can open the Walls, which I'm not playing Terraforming or anything, which is kind of bad with this, but I just liked it because you can activate it, add Seti, put back maybe like a brick or a card you want to mill later on, and then, go and Seti effect, do all that, draw, and just that. Which is another reason why I play the Horse package. It just, it pluses. But, yeah, honestly, every time I opened Walls, I was, like, chilling. Like, it worked out very well for me. Fiendsmith track, just play 1 of it. I mean, it's easy to get into the Fiendsmith package now with, Moon and everything. So it's just like, if you open Engraver, yeah, you can grab it, do the right combo from there. But if not, it's not a big deal. If it gets milled, it's not even a big deal. So yeah. Moving on, I play 1 Foolish Burial. I see a lot of lists that actually don't play this for some reason, but I just think it's broken because like when you're opening, a tier trap, a tier spell, or something like that, you just go Foolish, send Rhino summon himself out, send the Solic or something, chain 1 to send, chain 2 to add, and then it's just endless pluses. I played 2 Foolish Burial Goods. I was already at 44, but since I was playing the 2 Bricky King of the Swamps, so that's why I didn't play 3, and I kind of just took up the spot for Foolish Burial. But essentially, Foolish Burial Goods just gets you, Tribute Karma for field spell, gets you Solic to add a monster if you need an extra monster for whatever combo you're trying to do in. Lets you send Scream if you draw it off like a Seti later in your combo or something, based on how you sequence your hand. And, they can add a trap and whatnot. Yeah, and rounding up the deck, 3 Droplet. Just high impact, board breaker / you can use it going first or second. And it just helps you win games, essentially. That's it for the main deck. 44 cards. And, yeah. Moving on to the extra. Starting off, of course, Tearlament Horus, special summon negate, send itself or a tier card from hand or field, I do believe, to negate, and then if it's sent, you can special it back. Kaleido Heart, shuffle back, he gets destroyed, send a tier card. Of course, we know when tier cards are sent to grave, they activate pretty much anything you want. Can't be used as fusion material, of course, and it's also a fiend, so you can actually use sequence to fusion into it, and then like use field spell, pop it, and like continue on with your tier combos. So that's also a really good reason why Fiendsmith is good in this deck. It literally helps you put up on your boss monsters. And then moving on, I play the one Desiree because usually I can hard make Kaleido, and then I'm like, well, my Fiendsmith pack can just put up an Omni Negate, so why not? So you can usually on like Toad, Desiree, Sprint, Zombie Vampire with a bounce or something if you want. Just kind of depends on how you sequence your hands. You can't even get a Rukalis if you really want, but yeah. Moving on, I'm just going to show the rest of the fusions. Draco's Stapelia, Mud Dragon of the Swamp, Necroquip, just for rank 6 turbo into Pilgrim Reaper that you can mill 5. Predaplant, Draco's Stapelia, helps you put back the fusion monsters for later in the game. It's also interrupt and makes the monster level 1, which can come up. And then Mud Dragon of the Swamp, level 4, helps you put back a dark from your grave, and you can overlay it with Toad. Also makes your board untargetable if you change the attribute and whatnot. So yeah, broken. I only need a Gorilla once, but I mean if I play Gorilla then I'm definitely playing Super Poly, so alright. We're on to Link monsters. Link to Sprin and Little Knight. Sprin, basically you go through your Fiendsmith combo, you use sequence plus another body into Sprin. Sprin then, dumps Marley fusions, and then, of course, sequence had already made Desiree and whatnot, and then afterwards you just equip it. But yeah, it's just, the Fiendsmith package just gives you like a free Desiree, Merly, Sen, and yeah, it all just works so well together. And of course, Little Knight just is a generic link too to out any problematic cards, or helps you play around evenly maybe a little bit, so you don't die and you have a little bit of follow-up. But moving on to the Fiendsmith package. Moon, Requiem, and Sequence. Not much to say here, just generic link 2 to get into into the new one. The new one sent an engraver, and then yeah, you can either go straight into this, or if you need to overlay more, into the Pilgrim Reaper for the rank 6 turbo. Yeah. With this, I kind of do wish I played the Underworld Goddess. It would have been funny a couple times just to eat people's boards with all the extra bodies we get, but honestly, the etch deck was pretty fine. Zombie Vampire, Pilgrim Reaper, Bahamut, Toad. Just helps you be able to play the game, extend further. Both mills 5, mills 4. This one also specials though, so that's pretty good. Bahamut Shark to make Toad. Not much to say there, just a free Omni Negate. So pretty much your ideal end board is like Sprint with a Zombie Vampire with the material, depending on if you use it for link material or not. Toad, Desiree, Kaleido. And depending on how your hand was sequenced out or how good it was, this might end up being a Rukalis. But yeah, that's it for the extra deck. I might do a test hand real quick at the end of this video just to kind of showcase the deck a little bit. But moving on to my side. This was just kind of thrown together, so I don't expect too much out of this. Crime, Heartbeat for going first/second. Heartbeat, clears back row, sends, shuffles in the deck. But when it's sent to graveyard, I can also target and add back a Tearlament Trap. And Crime, it's just an Omni Negate. So going first, you can set up 3 Omni Negates. So, pretty good to me. Moving on to just more generic. Called by, Try and Stop Shifter, or the new Mat C, whatever. Scattershot, Time Card. Another thing too is with this tier, the reason why I kind of did end up playing it was because I was thinking of trying to find a deck that can help play around Furos, the new Meld Charming card. Pretty much I was thinking tier can play on my opponent's turn, right? So if I can just kind of get like a bunch of cards in the graveyard right away and, find my Scream and whatnot, not really go in the etch deck more than maybe once or twice just to put up one body, then I can, play interactive Yu-Gi-Oh! With my opponent, try not to die, that way I can kill him on the next turn. as you know, I'm still like milling and doing a bunch of stuff on their turn. And since it's tier, I need to play high impact hand traps. So nib and draw for going second. And then, you know, nib, it just eats boards right now. Droll, honestly, it's underrated. It can stop a lot of decks really quick. And yeah, along with 2 Phantasme, I just want to be able to, you know, find one of these 2 cards before my opponent just keeps getting too much, you know, free value from their 1-card combos. And then just Harpies and 2 Cosmics for any random trap decks, or this is also for like Centurion and whatnot. But yeah, that's the deck profile, and I will come back with a quick test hand. All right, I got the deck all shuffled up. Let's draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not the best hand, of course, when you draw Happy and Msetti, but let's just go for it. Draw Standby Main, activate those 2. There's 1. I guess it'd say just like discarding something good out of her hand. Keenstark. Shuffle up. Draw 1 card. Tier cash. It's not a bad draw. Right now I'll probably go Foolish Burial Goods. This is our hand. Dump Trivy Karma. Activate its effect. Add the field spell. Sorry, my camera can't capture like the whole mat, so this could get in the way since it's banished. Grab Primitive Planet. Keep that just in case any other part of our combo gets interrupted. You know, we can just full combo. We're going to activate the Keenstark on the field. And bring back the 2 Horse. And I'm just going to go ahead and overlay for Zombie Vampire. I just want to start filling up the graveyard since all we got right now is the Foolish Burial Goods. So I use this effect. I usually pitch the Msetti because it is a dark. That way I can use the Fusion Summon. And I already shuffled and cut and mill top 4. And here I'll probably special summon Mulcharmy. And you know, if your opponent has something better, you just do that. And then we'll go Scream effect to add. Add a Solic. Alright, that's all shuffled up. Now we'll go Tier Cash effect to special by banishing Scream. And then we go this effect, we'll mill 3. We mill Rhino. We're going to go Rhino effect to special. Special it out. Then we'll go, yeah, we'll pitch the Solic. We'll go chain 1 to dump, chain 2 to add. This is probably just going to add another Tier Cash for follow-up. And then we can probably make a Rucala, so we'll send the Sheeran from deck. Send Sheeran off a Rhino, add this off of our Solic. Shuffle up. And then we'll put activate Sheeran effect, use itself and the King of the Swamp in order to make the Rucalos. And this was more than 5/7s, but probably would have been fine anyways. Sorry guys. Like I said, I can't see my full mat, so it's kind of weird. So now we have Rucalos on the field, and now we kind of just keep playing however we want. And we always have Sheeran's effect to mill 3 from the deck, so that's cool. Probably go ahead and overlay these 2, since, like I said, Mulcharmy is a water. Overlay those for Bahamut. Activate the effect. I usually get rid of Rhino, just so I have his name engraved. And since he's detached, he doesn't get banished. And we'll summon the Toad. Now we've established an auto negate and a special negate. And yeah, now we just kind of start doing Fiendsmith combo. So I want to free up the middle zone, so I'm just going to go these two. Doesn't really matter anymore. Into moon. Take the moon off. For the Requiem. Activates effect. So now the Sheeran won't be on bottom anymore. We're going to summon the new girl to put an Etcher Engraver name engrave. Effect on summon, we're going to dump the other engraver into the graveyard. Let's get this in a little bit. And now it's kind of like, there's not even like a need to equip at all because we don't need the sits. Like we have enough bodies and just enough going on where we can just keep the Pilgrim Reaper in our graveyard. But I guess if you really wanted to, we can always make a Dracostapelia on our own turn. I don't really see the point in it though, so we're better off just, using the Merle effect to make Kaleido, especially with the field spell established. So now we're just going to go... I guess we could summon back Engraver. It's kind of just up to however you want to do it, but I'll go Engraver effect, put back the moon, the special, and I'm just kind of hard make these two. Because, like, if I get stopped somehow, I kind of do want this on the field, though I can use Sprint to detach the bounce, if that makes sense. So that's the reason why I'm kind of sequencing a little bit weird maybe in some people's eyes right now. But, yeah. And then we'll go sequence effect. Usually put back that, and yeah, I'll put her back. I like to keep an engraver engraved just so that way we can establish follow-up by shuffling back. And with the Desiree, usually I'll put this here because when he's equipped, he can't be targeted due to the sequence effect. Activate the field spell. Go grab Sheeran. So here it's kind of like we already have so much going on that we will probably just end up linking and making a little knight on our end board. So we'll go Sheeran effect, pitch the Havness. Just make sure this is shuffled, so I want to mill 3. Parelia, Scream again, and another Parelia. Now we'll go Havness effect, and we're going to have to use the Sheeran on field as well to make space. And then the Rhino. So uses all 3 names. Make Kaleido. Now we can go field spell effect, pop Kaleido, activate Kaleido Engrave, little dump, and we already used Scream this turn. So this is when I do wish I played Heartbeat just to, get back. I'd probably just send Meta Noise. In order to add back another tier cache. That way, like, when we go tier cache effect the special, if we need to, then when we mill 3, if we hit like a Rhino or something, we have a tier card in hand to be able to special out and whatnot. And yeah, like I said, here we probably just make these two into a little knight just for fun. And then we'll go sequence effect to equip. And I mean, we had so much going on with this hand. I mean, we still have a droplet, but with just that, we were able to make special negate, omni negate, shuffle back, shenanigans, and a little knight. And if this sends itself, then that can trigger to get rid of. I mean, it would be nice to also have like a Scream on board or something too. I ended up pitching Solo just to add more bodies, but I mean, that was just a quick little test hand that we did. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. This is kind of what the deck can do, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.